What's up everyone, how are you doing today? It's Angry Roleplayer. Early in the morning actually today, and I wanna talk a bit about the solo self-found mode in Path of Exile and about the disadvantages and advantages of this mode in Path of Exile, and what about my experience in general during the Legacy League in Path of Exile. So this league I started completely solo self-found and I started playing the Necromancer. I really wanted to try to play the Necromancer completely solo because I always hated it when I could, get some super powerful things early on, and then that's why I started playing solo self-found. I've started playing after a long break. I haven't played about 2 years in Path of Exile, even though I started playing in 2013. Then I played for a bit, then I did a break, then I played again, then I did a huge break, and so returned to the Legacy League and started playing solo self-found. And one of the first problems that I personally encountered is the currency problem. Like, the solo self-found, some things are extremely rare and valuable more than the Chaos Orbs. Like, my main problems were Orb of Fusings. Like, Orb of Fusing are kind of rare drop. They're as rare as rarer than the Orb of Alchemy, and they're somewhere around the Chaos Orbs, I believe. And unfortunately, you cannot really 6-link anything in solo self-found. Like, you need to be really lucky to get a 6-link on solo self-found. And there comes another problem. Like, for example, you have this Belly of the Beast here, and it's your only Belly of the Beast that you found in the game. And for example, you start linking it, you ran out of fuses, and what else? You are around like three links there, and you have 5 fusings, and you end up on the fucking 4 links, and you had 5 links before that. So linking actually is very dangerous on solo self-found, because you can waste all your fusings and then end up with something like 4 or 2 link or whatever shit you have, and you will basically waste the whole fucking item here. So currency is the huge problem of solo self-found. There's huge problem with the sextants as well. I'm very low on sextants, no matter how much I farmed like T11, T12 maps. I was extremely low on the Master Cartographer sextants, and very low on Journeyman sextants as well. Another huge problem is that you can't really trade your exiles. Like, I get 7 exiles here, but in the end I have no use for them because I don't really want to use them on in crafting. And for these exiles, I could actually trade them and put into good use and buy some Chaos Orbs and actually buy some more fusings to do 6 links and all that shit. So you have no use for Chaos Orbs, and you have no use for your Exalted Orbs and very expensive things. Like, imagine you get the Mirror of Calandra here, sitting here waiting for you. And what the fuck was the fucking point in the Mirror of Calandra is also found? It's like no use at all. Another big problem that I encountered during the solo self-found experience is that it's impossible to get some drops that are necessary for your build. Like, there is a prime example here on my Necromancer. I've been waiting for the Bones of Fuller to drop around 89 levels. 80 fucking 9 levels, imagine that. And I tried chancing them. I tried farming everything, every map there, and they simply didn't drop. And in my build, it was very weak without it, because these boots are very common in PoE trade. They worth like 2 chaos or something, but they were crucial for my build, and without these boots my build felt extremely weak, and unfortunately I just couldn't get the fucking boots whatsoever. So like I said, the first problem is there's a lot of currency that you don't need, and at the same time there's a lot of currency that you need for your build and you don't have it. The second problem is that you can't really get your fucking items that you need for your build. No matter what you do, you simply can't fucking get it. You know, there's also some threshold jewels that are extremely important for the builds. Like, for example, there's Violent Dead jewels, and I haven't found it. Like, not a single one, I guess. Right? Yeah. So I never found a single jewel for my necromancer. That's it. And they are actually good. So threshold jewels are also a huge problem. Like, you cannot target drops in this game. There is two ways to get items that you need. First is through chancing, and like I said, we have currency, magnificent amount of currency problem. I always low on chance orbs in Solar Self Found, and I can't really spend like thousands of chance orbs on chancing the things that I need. Another way to get the items is through the divination cards, and some items like the Montrigue's Grasp, for example, are easy to get in Solar Self Found. Like, this is easy to get. You go to the map, farm death cards, and then change death cards for the Montrigue's Grasp. But it's not possible for all items in the game. Like, for example, there's no card combination that gives you the Bones of Ruler, and the only way to get these fucking boots is to drop them. And another problem is, like, this shield, I only dropped one of this, and this was very crucial for my build. And there's no way to get this except for a fucking drop. And I ran without the shield and without the passive for a lot of time. So, you know, I could get all of this much earlier if I did it with trading. Another big problem with Solar Self Found mode is shaping your Atlas. Like, shaping Atlas is a complete huge problem in Solar Self Found. No matter what I tried, I couldn't get the temple maps to drop, and I couldn't finish the temple and then progress and get the malformation maps so that I could finally get the fucking shaper orbs and shape my strand. So shaping is very problematic. Like, the only source for maps is pretty much Xana and whatever drops you have in the game itself. So if Xana will not give you the desired maps, you will not progress. If the maps will not dropping, they will not dropping. You will not be able to shape your Atlas. Like, with trading, I could just go and fucking buy, you know, shape strand, fucking buy malformation map, do it and shape my strand. In Solar Self Found, it's completely impossible, and you need to know exactly how to shape your Atlas from the very beginning. Like, if you're a newbie or returning player like me, you will waste your time and waste your Atlas completely. And this is, I think, exactly what I did. I have plenty of shitty maps here. You know, this crap here. Like the High Gardens, for example, and the bazaars and the shipyards. The shipyard is not entirely bad. But now I need to unshape these maps here to get my fucking shape strand. And guess what? I don't have fucking Master Cartographer Sextant because they do not fucking drop. And I cannot buy it because I'm a Solar Self Found. So this is another problem, guys. Let me summarize. The first is you don't have the currency for your characters. The second is the items that you need for the build simply do not drop. And the third problem is shaping Atlas is super much fucking pain in the ass. And it's very easy to fuck up your Atlas and you never get back. You never shape your strands, you never shape your dunes, tropical islands, whatever you want. So this is a huge problem here as well. So and the last problem is that you actually need to create two characters to do somewhat efficiently playing Solar Self Found. One character like here is the Necromancer with the SRS, and here she kind of, you know, farmed the whole currency for my second character, which is the Earthquake Juggernaut. So you actually need to create two fucking characters. The first one basically farms currency and farms, you know, basic gear like, you know, tabula rasas and all that shit. And the second character you actually play, so this is, it is easier to level up. You have some gear, you have some currency, you have some gems and all that shit. Everything is ready. And the second character is just like 100%, like 3000 fucking 100% faster to level up, faster to progress. So you can't just go and play with your only character because, you know, there's just not enough currency for the second character. So it's just, you have just currency for one character, and for two characters you don't even have currency. So overall, I think that Solo Self-Found is really good experience and extreme challenge, but it's not Diablo free. You know, you can get the same items in Path of Exile like you get in Diablo 3. In Diablo 3, the only difference between the solo player and the group player is basically the higher paragons, higher augments, and little slightly maybe better rolls on the gear. But in Path of Exile, it's a huge, tremendous amount of difference. People who play with trading, they have absolutely much, like, huge advantage in gear. They have threshold jewels, they have a lot of currency because they can trade their chaos orbs for example, orbs of fusings, or for jewelers orbs, or they can trade their exalted orbs for chaos orbs and all that shit. And the last and the most stupidest problem of Solo Self-Found is actually that I have tremendous amount of shit that I don't need. Like, I played the Necromancer and I ended up with a ton of bows, ton of like two-handed axes, ton of quivers, ton of swords, ton of fucking claws and shit. I get tremendous amount of things that I personally do not need for my build, and someone else could use it for their builds, and I cannot just give them because, you know, I'm Solo Self-Found. So there's another problem with the Solo Self-Found. Just you end up with a ton of trash. It fills up your stash, you know. And even though I like saving things for my personal needs for the future builds, this is just too much clutter personally. And there are very good items, like very good items for the other builds, and I'm not interested in the builds, and I can't get rid of them because, you know, I simply cannot trade. So if we summarize all of this, Solo Self-Found is you get too much things that you don't need, and you don't get things that you actually need for your build. So this is the major problems. And I thought that drops are more rewarding in Path of Exile Solo Self-Found, but boy, I was wrong. Like I said, I've been waiting 89 levels for this boots, and when they actually dropped, you know, I was at this point of the game where I actually was already in the far end game, and they were not very entirely life changing for me. But if I could get them early in the game, like, you know, on Cruel and Merciless or something like that, when I could trade them, they could really fasten my progression and made my life easier. And the last thing that I want to say, why I think I will not play Solo Self-Found from now on, is one thing important, which I personally realized when I play Solo Self-Found. When I play, I actually farm currency. So I don't like when people just give me something for free, like the person comes, you know, and gives me a serious disfavor X or something like that. This is bullshit. I don't need this. But when I play, I actually work for my currency, I actually work for my builds, I actually farm currency, and I'm willing to trade these items in currency with the other players. Like, I actually work for my shit, I actually work for my currency. So I do not, I do not just take everything as granted. I do not I do not receive donations from players who just come and give me some super overpowered items. I do not take these items. I want to farm on my own currency and trade with this currency honestly with the other players for better gear. This is it. So this is why I think that Solo Self-Found is not very rewarding for the players like me. So this is it. Thanks for watching and see you soon.